Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever encountered someone who seemed like a friend at first, but later revealed themselves to be something far darker? We all have, in one way or another, crossed paths with people who don't have your best interest at heart. But what if I told you there's a pattern, a formula to recognize these so-called friend monsters before they can harm you? I'm here today to talk about 5 telltale signs of a false friend, someone who hides their true intentions behind a veil of kindness. And I need you to pay attention, because recognizing these signs can save you from a world of hurt. Flattery is a double-edged sword, capable of both uplifting and deceiving. At its core, praise is something we all enjoy. Who wouldn't? It feels good to be recognized, to be appreciated for our talents, intellect, or even our appearance. It creates a warm sense of validation, a feeling that we are seen and valued. But not all praise is genuine, and this is where the danger lies. While true friends offer sincere compliments with the intention of lifting you up, false friends use flattery as a tool of manipulation. They don't praise you to support you, they do it to serve their own hidden agendas. Let's take a closer look at how this manipulation works. Imagine someone who constantly showers you with compliments. At first it feels amazing. They tell you that you're brilliant, that your ideas are revolutionary, that you're unlike anyone they've ever met. They might praise your appearance, calling you stunning or charismatic, or they might highlight your talents in a way that makes you feel exceptional. Their words are like honey, sweet and soothing, and they create a bond, a sense of trust and admiration. But beneath this surface of kindness, there's often a darker motive. Flattery, when overdone, is not about you. It's about them. These individuals use excessive praise to get under your skin, to worm their way into your confidence. They create a dynamic where you begin to rely on their validation. Every compliment feels like a reward, and you start seeking more of it. Over time, this dependency can grow without you even realizing it. You begin to value their opinion more than your own, adjusting your actions and decisions to align with their approval. This is exactly what they want: control. True friends don't need to do this. Their praise is genuine and balanced. They'll compliment you when it's deserved, but they'll also be honest when you're wrong or when there's room for improvement. This honesty is what sets real friends apart from manipulative ones. A true friend has no ulterior motive. They simply want to see you succeed and be happy. Their compliments are grounded in reality, not exaggeration, and they don't expect anything in return. On the other hand, false friends use flattery as a currency, a way to buy influence over your thoughts and actions. Consider how this plays out in real-life situations. A colleague might overly praise your work, making you feel indispensable. They might tell you how brilliant you are, how the team couldn't function without you, and how your ideas are the backbone of every project. But watch closely. Are they genuinely supportive, or are they setting you up for something? Maybe they want you to take on extra responsibilities while they coast by. Maybe they're trying to align themselves with you to advance their own career. The same applies to personal relationships. A false friend might excessively praise you to gain access to your resources, connections, or even your emotional support. Once they've taken what they need, their tune often changes. The key to recognizing this behavior lies in the patterns. When someone praises you, ask yourself, is this consistent with their usual behavior? Does their praise align with the reality of the situation, or does it feel exaggerated? Do they offer constructive feedback when needed, or is it all sugar-coated? If the compliments seem too good to be true, they often are. Flattery can be intoxicating, but like any addiction, it can lead to harm if not handled with caution. It's also important to examine how these individuals react when you don't respond to their flattery. If they truly mean what they say, they'll remain consistent in their behavior, regardless of your reaction. However, if their flattery is a tool for manipulation, you'll notice a shift. They may become distant, annoyed, or even critical if you don't respond the way they want. This is a clear red flag. Genuine friends don't change their behavior based on whether you accept their compliments or not. Another critical aspect to watch for is how they behave in your absence. True friends will speak well of you behind your back, while manipulative ones often use flattery as a facade. They might praise you to your face, but criticize or belittle you to others when you're not around. This duplicity is a hallmark of false friendship, and it reveals their true intentions. Protecting yourself from this kind of manipulation requires vigilance and self-awareness. Don't let flattery cloud your judgment. Pay attention to actions, not just words. Look for consistency, sincerity, and balance in the praise you receive. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. And most importantly, build your sense of self-worth from within. When you value yourself independently of others' opinions, you become less vulnerable to manipulation. The power of flattery diminishes when you know your own worth. In the end, it's not about rejecting compliments or distrusting everyone who praises you. It's about being discerning, recognizing the difference between genuine support and calculated manipulation. True friends will lift you up with honesty and love, while false ones will use flattery as a means to their own ends. By staying aware and grounded, you can protect yourself from the trap of insincere praise and focus on the relationships that truly matter. There are times in life when someone enters your world and paints a picture so perfect, so enticing, that it seems almost too good to be true. They speak with such conviction, such charm, that you begin to believe in the impossible. They promise solutions to your problems, breakthroughs that others couldn't offer, and opportunities that seem just out of reach. They make you feel like they hold the key to everything you've ever wanted. At first, it feels exhilarating. It's as though a door to a new reality has been opened, and you can't help but step through it. But what happens next is far from the fairy tale they sold you. These individuals are masters of persuasion. They know exactly how to tap into your desires and fears. They understand what drives you, your ambitions, your insecurities, your dreams, and they use this knowledge to their advantage. They craft promises so alluring that you can't help but be drawn in. Perhaps they promise you success in your career, solution to a long-standing personal problem, or a shortcut to achieving your goals. Whatever it is, they make it sound not just possible but inevitable, as though your future success is guaranteed simply by following their lead. But here's the truth, it's all smoke and mirrors. These promises are not rooted in reality, they're carefully constructed illusions designed to manipulate you. The person making these promises often has no real intention of delivering on them. Their goal isn't to help you, it's to control you. By presenting themselves as the solution to your problems, they position themselves as indispensable in your life. They want you to believe that without them you can't succeed, that their way is the only way forward. This creates a dynamic where you feel dependent on them, where you stop questioning their intentions and start following their lead blindly. At first, everything might seem to go smoothly. They'll reassure you at every step, making you feel like you're on the brink of something extraordinary. They'll encourage you to take risks, to invest your time, energy, and even resources into their vision. But over time, cracks begin to appear. The grand promises they made start to unravel. You'll notice delays, excuses, and shifting goals. The results they guaranteed fail to materialize, and the so-called solutions they provided only lead to more complications. When everything inevitably falls apart, their true nature becomes apparent. They won't take responsibility for the failure. Instead, they'll deflect blame onto you or external circumstances. They might say you didn't try hard enough, didn't follow their advice correctly, or weren't patient enough. And just when you need their support the most, they'll disappear. They'll distance themselves from the situation, leaving you to deal with the fallout alone. The promises they made were never about helping you, they were about drawing you into a game where they held all the power. What makes this form of manipulation so dangerous is its subtlety. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of their promises and overlook the warning signs. They often present themselves as saviors, as people who genuinely care about your well-being. They'll use words and actions that make you feel special, as though you're the only one who can benefit from their unique insight or abilities. This creates a sense of loyalty, making it even harder to see through their facade. To protect yourself from this kind of manipulation, it's crucial to remain grounded. When someone makes grand promises, take a step back and evaluate them critically. Ask yourself, does this sound realistic? What evidence do they have to support their claims? Are they asking for something in return that seems disproportionate? Genuine help doesn't come with strings attached, and real solutions are rarely as simple as they might seem. Another important strategy is to observe their behavior over time. Manipulators often rely on urgency, creating a sense of pressure to act quickly. They might say things like, "This opportunity won't last," or "You need to trust me on this." Don't let yourself be rushed into decisions. Take the time to research, seek advice from others, and trust your instincts. If something feels too good to be true, it usually is. It's also worth noting how they react to setbacks. A genuine friend or ally will stick with you when things go wrong. They'll offer support, take responsibility for their part, and work with you to find a solution. A manipulator, on the other hand, will vanish the moment their promises fall apart. Their absence in times of trouble is a clear indicator of their true intentions. Ultimately, the key to avoiding this trap is self-reliance. Believe in your own ability to achieve your goals and solve your problems. While it's perfectly fine to seek help and advice from others, don't let yourself become dependent on anyone who promises to make the impossible possible. True progress takes effort, patience, and resilience. It's a journey, not a shortcut. When you encounter someone who makes sweeping promises, approach the situation with caution. Listen to what they're saying, but don't lose sight of reality. Look beyond their words and focus on their actions. Manipulative individuals thrive on your willingness to believe in them without question. By staying vigilant and trusting yourself, you can protect your energy, avoid unnecessary heartache, and focus on building a future that's genuinely achievable. When someone wants to trap you in trouble, they rarely make it obvious. Instead, they wrap their intentions in layers of beauty and appeal, presenting the situation in such a way that it seems irresistible. They know how to make the bitter pill seem sweet, how to paint a bleak picture with vibrant colors. It's a calculated move designed to lure you in without suspicion. They'll present an opportunity, a plan, or a decision that looks like it leads to something greater, something exciting. At first glance, it seems like the kind of path you've been waiting for, one that promises rewards, growth, or happiness. But beneath this shiny surface lies the real story, one that's far less glamorous and far more dangerous. This tactic works because humans are naturally drawn to beauty and hope. We are wired to chase after things that seem beneficial, especially when they come in attractive packages. Manipulative individuals understand this psychology and use it to their advantage. They frame the situation in a way that appeals to your deepest desires. If you want success, they'll make it seem like the path they're showing you is the fastest way to achieve it. If you're seeking love or companionship, they'll present themselves as the perfect partner or the one person who truly understands you. If you're looking for solutions to your problems, they'll convince you they have the answers you've been searching for. The initial steps down this road feel promising. Everything seems to be going well, just as they promised. You feel a sense of progress and excitement, believing that you finally found the right path. But as you move further along, the cracks begin to show. What seemed like a smooth golden road is suddenly riddled with potholes. The promises they made start to unravel, and the realities of the situation become apparent. You begin to notice inconsistencies, red flags that were cleverly hidden beneath the surface. By the time you realize what's happening, you're already in deep, facing a situation far more complex and challenging than you ever anticipated. This is where the true test of character comes in, not just for you, but for the person who led you there. When things start to go wrong, how do they respond? A genuine friend or ally will step up. They'll take responsibility for their part in the situation and work with you to find a way out. They'll stick by your side, offering support and guidance, even if it means facing difficult consequences. But a manipulative individual will do the opposite. They'll vanish when the storm hits, leaving you to deal with the fallout alone. Their loyalty was never genuine, it was contingent on things going their way. When the facade crumbles, so does their commitment to you. Being left alone in the aftermath can be devastating. You're left to pick up the pieces, questioning how you got there in the first place. The person who seemed so trustworthy, who promised so much, has revealed their true colors. It's a painful realization, but it's also an opportunity to learn and grow. In that moment, you begin to understand the importance of discerning true friends from false ones, of looking beyond appearances to see the reality beneath. The key to avoiding this kind of trap lies in staying vigilant. When someone presents you with an opportunity or a plan that seems almost too good to be true, take a step back and evaluate it critically. Ask yourself, what's the motivation behind this? Are they being transparent about the potential risks and challenges, or are they glossing over them? Do they have a track record of following through on their promises, or is this a pattern of behavior? Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it's worth investigating further. It's also important to observe how they handle setbacks. Do they stay committed and supportive, or do they start making excuses and shifting blame? Their behavior in difficult times reveals far more about their character than their words during easy ones. A true friend won't abandon you when things get tough. They'll stand by your side not because they have to, but because they genuinely care about your well-being. Another crucial aspect is self-reliance. While it's natural to seek support and guidance from others, don't place your entire trust in someone else's hands. Maintain your own sense of judgment and independence. When you rely too heavily on others, you become vulnerable to manipulation. By cultivating your own strength and confidence, you can navigate challenges with clarity and resilience. Ultimately, the beauty in the trap is a mirage designed to distract you from the dangers ahead. Recognizing this deception requires a combination of awareness, intuition, and critical thinking. It's about seeing beyond the surface and understanding the true intentions behind someone's actions. While it's painful to realize that not everyone has your best interests at heart, it's also empowering. With this awareness, you can protect yourself from harm, focus on building genuine relationships, and stay on a path that's truly aligned with your values and goals. In the end, the lesson is clear: not all that glitters is gold. And true beauty lies in authenticity, not illusion. There are certain people who seem to appear at the perfect moment in your life, the moments when you're thriving, when everything is falling into place, and when you're at your peak. These individuals have an uncanny ability to reinsert themselves into your life just as the good times roll in, almost as if they've been waiting on the sidelines, biding their time. They come bearing smiles, warm words, and congratulations, eager to be part of your joy. It feels comforting at first, seeing them show up when life is treating you well. But beneath the surface of their enthusiasm lies a deeper, less noble motive. These so-called friends are what we might call happiness seekers. They gravitate towards success, drawn not by a genuine desire to celebrate your achievements, but by their own self-interest. To them, your happiness and success are opportunities to bask in the reflected glory. They enjoy the benefits of being associated with someone who is thriving, whether it's the social status, the potential opportunities, or simply the feeling of being close to success. To put it bluntly, their presence is not about you, it's about what they can gain from being around you during your high points. At first, their behavior can be hard to detect. They often blend seamlessly into your circle, offering words of encouragement and joining in the celebrations. You might even feel flattered by their attention, interpreting their presence as a sign of support. However, their true intentions begin to surface over time. Their interest in your life is selective, focused only on the positive aspects. They're quick to show up for parties, accolades, or any event that highlights your success, but noticeably absent when things aren't going well. When you face challenges or struggles, their calls and messages become less frequent, and their enthusiasm wanes. Their friendship is conditional, tied to the benefits they derive from your success. This pattern becomes even more evident when the tables turn and life throws you a curveball. In times of difficulty, true friends step up. They offer support, a listening ear, or simply their presence to help you navigate the storm. Happiness seekers, on the other hand, disappear. They have little interest in being part of the harder moments because those moments don't serve their purpose. Struggles don't offer them the same benefits as success, so they distance themselves, leaving you to face the challenges on your own. This realization can be painful. It's disheartening to discover that someone you considered a friend was more invested in your achievements than in you as a person. Their selective loyalty can make you question the authenticity of other relationships in your life. However, this experience can also be a valuable lesson in discernment. It highlights the importance of distinguishing between those who are genuinely there for you and those who are merely there for the ride. The presence of happiness seekers in your life isn't always easy to identify, but there are signs to watch for. Pay attention to who shows up in moments of need versus moments of celebration. Who reaches out to check on you when you're quiet, not just when you're in the spotlight. Who is willing to sit with you in your struggles, offering support without expecting anything in return. True friends don't measure their involvement in your life based on what they can gain. They're consistent, present through both the highs and lows because their connection to you is rooted in care and mutual respect. It's important to protect your energy and boundaries when dealing with happiness seekers. While it's natural to want to share your successes with others, be mindful of who you allow into those moments. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Reserve that space for the people who have proven themselves to be trustworthy and supportive, not just when things are going well, but especially when they're not. At the same time, it's worth reflecting on what you value in your relationships. Seek connections that are balanced and reciprocal, where both parties contribute to and benefit from the friendship equally. Relationships built on mutual respect, honesty, and care are far more fulfilling than those based on convenience or self-interest. By surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care about you, you create a support system that can weather any storm. Ultimately, happiness seekers teach us an important lesson about human nature and the dynamics of relationships. While it's disappointing to encounter people who prioritize their own interests over genuine connection, their behavior serves as a reminder to cherish the true friends in your life. These are the people who celebrate your victories, stand by you in your struggles, and remain constant through all of life's ups and downs. In recognizing the difference, you can cultivate relationships that are not only meaningful but also enduring, ensuring that your circle is filled with people who truly have your back. There comes a point in every manipulative relationship when the illusion can no longer hold. This is the moment of truth, the instant when you see the person for who they truly are, not who they pretended to be. It can be startling and painful, like pulling back a curtain to reveal a scene you never wanted to witness. The signs were likely there all along, but their charm, deception, or your own willingness to believe in their facade may have kept you blind to the truth. When the veil finally falls, their true nature is laid bare, and what you see is far from the friend you thought you had. At this stage, the false friend no longer feels the need to maintain the act. Their hidden motives, hatred, jealousy, resentment, begin to surface in full force. Their words, once sweet and supportive, turn sharp and cutting. Their actions, once seemingly kind, now reveal a pattern of sabotage and manipulation. This shift can be shocking, but it is also enlightening. The mask they wore was never about you. It was a tool to serve their own interests. Now that they feel they can no longer gain anything from you, they let their guard down, exposing their true self. It's important to understand that this revelation isn't personal. While it may feel deeply personal, especially if you've invested a lot in a relationship, their behavior is a reflection of their character, not yours. Their hatred and jealousy stem from their own insecurities and desire for control. You were never the cause of their behavior, you were merely the target. This realization can be freeing because it shifts the focus from questioning what you did wrong to understanding that their actions are a result of their own inner struggles. What makes this moment even more revealing is how they react when you stop playing their game. Manipulative people thrive on control. They craft scenarios and relationships that allow them to maintain power over others, whether through flattery, manipulation, or other tactics. The moment you step outside their influence, whether by confronting them, setting boundaries, or simply walking away, they lose that power. This loss of control often triggers their true colors to come out even more vividly. They may lash out, attempt to guilt you, or spread lies to regain some semblance of influence. But this behavior only confirms what you've already come to understand: they were never truly a friend. Facing this moment of truth can be difficult, but it is also a turning point. It gives you clarity about the relationship and allows you to take steps to protect yourself. One of the first and most crucial steps is to distance yourself from the individual. Whether this means cutting ties completely or setting firm boundaries, it's essential to prioritize your well-being. You cannot change their behavior, but you can control how much access they have to your life. This moment also offers an opportunity for reflection and growth. Take time to examine how the relationship unfolded, not to blame yourself, but to learn from the experience. Were there red flags you overlooked? Were there moments when your instincts told you something was off, but you ignored them? Understanding these patterns can help you recognize and avoid similar situations in the future. It's not about living in suspicion, but about being more attuned to the dynamics of your relationships. At the same time, it's essential to focus on the positive relationships in your life. The false friend may have caused pain, but their departure makes room for true friends to take center stage. Genuine friendships are built on trust, mutual respect, and unconditional support. By nurturing these connections, you can create a circle of people who uplift and empower you, even in the toughest times. The moment of truth, while painful, is ultimately liberating. It frees you from the grip of manipulation and allows you to see the world and yourself more clearly. It's a reminder that not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay, and that's okay. The lesson they leave behind is invaluable: to trust your instincts, to value yourself, and to seek relationships that are genuine and reciprocal. In the end, the exposure of their true nature is a gift, albeit a harsh one. It teaches you to recognize authenticity and to cherish those who truly care for you. It's a moment that marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, where you are stronger, wiser, and more discerning. While the experience may leave scars, those scars are reminders of your resilience and ability to overcome. You've seen the truth, and now you can move forward with clarity and strength, free from the shadow of false friends. And then the moment you see through the facade, the moment you realize what's been going on, you'll see their true colors. They'll start showing their true face. The hatred, the jealousy, the resentment will come out in full force. At that point, there's no hiding. The mask has slipped, and the monster behind it is revealed. This is when they go from pretending to be your friend to outright being your enemy. And here's the thing: it's not personal. It never was. It's about power. It's about control. The moment you stop playing their game, they'll show you exactly who they are. Now listen to me closely, because this is the most important part. Don't let them get that far. Don't let them become the open enemy. Don't let them manipulate you, trap you, and play you like a pawn. You have the power to spot these signs early. You have the strength to protect yourself. You don't need to be deceived by them. Instead, take advantage of their moves, use their actions to your benefit, and turn their games into stepping stones for your own success. So what do? We stay vigilant, we stay aware, we don't let people play us. When you see these signs, recognize them for what they are: a warning, a chance for you to rise above and protect your peace. The real friends in your life, the ones who stick by you in the tough times, the ones who celebrate your victories and don't disappear when things get hard, those are the ones worth your time. The false ones, cut them off. Protect your energy. Protect your heart. Protect your future. Thank you.